Okay guys, so let's check out the unboxing of the 12 Pro Max, the Apple 12 Pro Max. This is the 256 gig version. So let's just compare boxes between the Samsung Note 20 Ultra and the 12 Pro Max. You can see it's like half the height of the one of the Samsung. The Pro Max is slightly smaller in terms of height, but it's hardly noticeable. In terms of width, they're practically the same. This one's slightly wider, the one from the iPhone. And you can really see the thickness difference here because, you know, this one comes with the charger, it comes with a charging cable. So also on the box, a very interesting little feature here. They embossed the iPhone here on the front of the box, which I think is pretty cool. You know, Apple is really well known for their packaging quality. And you know, this is no different from any other packaging that Apple puts out on their products. So yeah, let's open this, guys. Okay, so here it is, guys. You can see the camera, or cameras in this case. The graphite color looks really, really nice. I like it. It's really sober. It's discreet. It doesn't hit you in the face. It's not like over the top. And I honestly believe that the iPhones are the best designed phones on the market. I am a Note fan, but the iPhone for me has the best design of all devices. But that's just my personal opinion. You can agree with it or not. And I really like this color. It's nice. It looks really premium. I like it. And as you can see, a very simple packaging. So let's just get this out of the box. You have the Lightning to USB-C cable and no charger in the box. Here's where you have the SIM ejection tool. You have some little warning leaflets here and the Apple sticker, which they only comes with one now. Okay, so you can see here, this is all stainless steel, and it's the best one in my opinion. It's the most, you know, the most sober one, the most discreet one of all the line, in between the blue, the gold, and the white version, the white and silver. I think this one is the nicest one because it's more discreet if you're into that kind of thing, if you don't want to be too like flashy. And the Apple logo is also like in that chrome finish, that stainless steel kind of look, and it looks really nice. You can see here lots of fingerprints already. We have the power button here on the right side. We have the charging port on the bottom and the speakers. I do remind you that this does have wireless charging, so if you don't want to charge it via the Lightning, you also have wireless charging. We have the SIM tray on the left side. We have the volume up and volume down, and then we have the sound toggle right there. And now let's peel the screen protector off. Brand new. We still have the notch right there, but it looks really nice. Guys, this feels really, really premium in the hand. I have to admit, in terms of design and build quality, it's my favorite device, okay? Yeah, I do prefer the design over the Note. But, you know, it is, you know, tastes are subjective. You could like this one more than the Note or less, I don't know. So I'm going to power on the device for the first time. Right away you can see the bezel all around the phone, which I do not personally like that much. It looks cool in terms of design, but in terms of, you know, multimedia viewing, it's not great. I don't like it. That's what I like better on the Note. You know, you have virtually no bezels whatsoever, but on this one you have this pretty huge bezel, and also the big notch there on the top, which we all know of. I can actually bring another iPhone close to this one and they will sync together. I'm going to do that really quickly. So you can see I actually have my iPhone SE right here. So let's see if it recognizes the device. And it did. That's what I think is so cool about iOS. The fact that, you know, these small little features, you know, I totally understand why people love these so much. So all I have to do is position that little symbol right there in the middle. Now I'm just gonna set up Face ID. And I have to move my face around so I can read it. Let's continue. I have to do it again. Really cool, really fast and easy setup. So in terms of dimensions, you have 168.8 millimeters in height, 78.1 in terms of width, and 7.4 in terms of thickness. So it's both wider, taller, and thinner than the Note 20 Ultra. So keep that in mind, guys. Many people were saying this is like too large of a device, but I'm used to large devices, so I didn't think it was large at all. It feels really nice to me. And also these rounded corners feel really nice as well. So you don't have those corners jabbing into your hand like you do with the Note 20 Ultra, for example. In terms of weight, it's 228 grams, so that's 20 more grams than you have on the Note 20 Ultra. Do I actually notice a difference between both of them in my hand? No, not really. Okay, so maybe the Note 20 Ultra, since it's taller, the weight feels a little bit more distributed, but the iPhone, it doesn't bother me at all, and it also gives it a premium feel in the hand. So I think that's really important as well, especially when you're spending this much money on a smartphone, guys. You have Gorilla Glass on the back part of the device, and it has this matte finish. On the front part of the device, you have a scratch-resistant ceramic glass panel, so it's supposed to be really resistant. There were some videos online that show the iPhone getting all scratched up, but they found out that that issue was due to the fact that many tech reviewers were piling various smartphones on top of each other. And since the tech reviewers were piling these devices, like sandwiching them together, the lenses of the iPhone, which is actually sapphire, which is actually a sapphire material, was actually scratching the panels. This is IP68 dust and water resistant. What that means is you can submerge this in up to 6 meters of water for up to 30 minutes. It's an OLED panel supplied by Samsung, HDR10. The medium brightness is 800 nits, peak brightness is 1200 nits, resolution is 1284 by 2778 pixels. You have a 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio, 458 ppi pixel density, so that's lower than the one on the Note. Not only do you get a bigger screen on the Note, you also get a higher pixel density, although it is slightly bigger, not much. You also have a 6.7 inch panel, which is an 87.4 screen to body ratio, while on the Note, which is virtually bezel-less, you have 6.9 inches and a 91.7% screen to body ratio. So you get more screen real estate on the Note than you do on the iPhone. Also on the iPhone, you only have a 60 Hz refresh rate. Speaking about the Note 20 Ultra, you have 120 Hz. Okay, so on the iPhone you have 60, on the Note you have a 120 Hz. It's actually dynamic, so it will vary depending on whatever you're watching or playing on your device. On the iPhone, you just have 60 Hz. Now, on the Note 20 Ultra, if you want to go up to the highest resolution, then you lose the 120 Hz refresh rate. It'll go back down to 60 again, just like you have on the iPhone. On the iPhone, you do not have always on display. On the Note 20 Ultra, you do. On the iPhone, you get Dolby Vision, wide color gamut, and True Tone. So it shows colors a little bit more realistic than on the Note. The Note 20 Ultra tends to punch the colors up a little bit, but you can tone that down on the settings on the Note 20 Ultra. It's not like the end of the world if you don't like that kind of color option. You can tone that down in the software. On the iPhone, I have it upgraded to iOS 14.3. The chip is the A14 Bionic, so it's the fastest chip on the market. It makes this the fastest smartphone ever. Do you notice that in real life? No, no, you don't. Yeah, if I compare this to the iPhone 11, for example, I don't notice that much of a difference. You'll probably notice if you're rendering video, high quality video on your phone, you might notice a little bit of a speed difference there. But besides that, I don't notice that much of a difference. Okay, and you can see it's really fluid. I don't have any complaints regarding the speed of the device and the fluidity of the screen. The animations are really cool. Everything feels fluid, no complaints about that whatsoever. You do have to get used to the gestures on the iPhone since you don't have like a home button or anything like that, but you get used to that after a day or two of using this, and everything feels fluid, everything feels nice, no complaints whatsoever. The look of the interface is exactly the same we've been seeing since forever on the iPhone. That's getting really dated now. It's not customizable like on Android, but it feels really nice. It works, and that's the main importance of a smartphone, is that it works. It has to work right. This one works perfectly. The rear camera setup is a triple camera setup. So you have the 12 megapixel primary camera, which is a 26 millimeter lens at f1.6. You have IBIS, which is in-body stabilization, dual pixel autofocus. So the performance of these cameras is pretty amazing, guys. I've tested it already and I'm pretty surprised. No disappointment with that whatsoever. You also have the ultra wide angle lens, which is a 13 millimeter lens at f2.4, and that will give you a 120 degree field of view. And I've noticed that the ultra wide actually captures a little bit more scenery than you do on the Note 20 Ultra. It's very slight, but you notice a difference. And you also have the telephoto lens, which is a 65 millimeter f2.2, which can go up to 2.5 optical zoom. So it's not even close to the Note 20 Ultra in that aspect, but that's something you really don't use, the telephoto lens. So how much of us actually use that? I really don't think we use that much, so that's not an issue at all. You have dual LED flash with slow sync, night mode, smart HDR3, and deep fusion. So it uses that little sensor to give you that bokeh effect, and also for the other options, the 3D options that are available on this device. You can record video at 2160 at 60 and 30 FPS, or 1080p at 3060, 120, and 240 FPS. And that's in the case of slow motion and all that. You have a wider dynamic range and also spatial sound. In terms of the front-facing camera, you have a dual camera setup. So you have the 23mm 12 megapixel f2.2 front-facing camera with HDR mode. And you also have the 3D time of flight camera, which is used also for face recognition, for face unlocking. So pretty cool setup, guys. And you know, the iPhone is well renowned for the camera quality, especially in video, and I've tested that out. The stabilization on this is incredible. And speaking of stabilization, on the 12 Pro Max, we have the stabilization not in the lens like you see on other smartphones, but you actually have it in the sensor. The sensor actually shifts up and down and sideways and all that to stabilize the image. That's something you see in higher end DSLR cameras and higher end video cameras. So that's really amazing. I've tested it out and I was blown away by the quality of the stabilization. Yeah, I really need to point that out. On the front facing camera, you only have digital stabilization. You do not have optical stabilization with the front facing camera. So keep that in mind. In terms of batteries, you have a 3687 milliamp hour battery. That's 7% smaller than last year's 11 Pro Max, but the battery quality of this also is super incredible. I've been super amazed. Standby time of this is ridiculous. If you're not, playing around with the device, the standby time is amazing. The only thing that's not, as great is the charging speeds. I wish it was better. So you have 20 watt fast charging, 50% in 30 minutes, and 100% in about 90 minutes. It's not bad, but it's not the best in terms of charging speeds. Yeah, so keep that in mind. Magnetic fast charging at 15 watts, so that's 30% in half an hour and 100% charge in about 3 hours. Now, another thing that amazed me on this phone is the sound quality. The speakers on this are incredible. The bass, that is, if you can consider that a smartphone has any bass whatsoever, because they're so tiny, these speakers, but The bass compared to the Note 20 Ultra, it's better. And I was actually sad since I do love the Note 20 Ultra so much. I noticed a pretty significant sound difference in sound quality compared to the Notes. This one sounds better to me. So guys, I'm not going to get into much more detail in the unboxing because the video is getting already too long. I'm just going to leave some photo samples for you guys to check out. I just took some quick photos to test out the cameras. So right now we're back again at lockdown because of COVID-19. So I wasn't able to do like a decent camera review on this, but I will do so as soon as I can. As soon as I'm out of the lockdown, I will do a camera review of this device, and I will also do a comparison with the Note 20 Ultra for you guys to see the difference. They're pretty similar in terms of quality, but they kind of do take different kinds of photos. So guys, I hope you like this video. I hope this helped you out if you're an Android user and you're wondering what it's like to get an iPhone for the first time, if it's worth it or not. I definitely think it's worth it. I wouldn't like completely change from Android to iOS, honestly. And I can now understand what makes people so fascinated about the iOS ecosystem. Their devices, they're really well built. The design, like I said before in the video, it's my favorite design. The design of the iPhone is my favorite design of all smartphones, but that is subjective. You might have different opinions on that, but yeah, I really like it, guys. I do recommend it, absolutely. Like I said before, I'm going to do an in-depth review comparing the iPhone 12 Pro Max with the Note 20 Ultra as soon as I can, guys, as soon as I find some time, because I've been really busy. That's the only reason why I haven't been putting out that many videos. But as soon as I can, I'm going to do a review. I'm going to do a comparison both with cameras, the performance-wise, screen-wise, and all that, for you guys to really get a good idea on what it's like to jump from Android to iOS. Okay, so it's more revealing to you. And yeah, if you want to watch that, don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you're new to the channel. If you like this video, leave your thumbs up and leave your comments in the comment section. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.